welcome to Schirmer Optical. How can I help you today?
I don't know, Doc. I think I need an eye exam. My vision has been going crazy.
All right, well, come right this way. Please, have a seat. Can you read these letters for me?
E, F, P, T, O, Z, L, P, E, D, A, J, W, Q, K, G, N, H.
Well, your vision seems to be fine.
What? No, I insist. Something is wrong.
Well, then we have no other choice but to look inside your eye.
Inside my eye?
Well, Bailey, welcome to your cornea.
Hey, cornea. Hey, Bailey.
So, how have things been going here lately, cornea?
Pretty good, just protecting the eye.
Well, that's great to hear.
This is the cornea. It protects and covers the eye and starts to focus the light into the lens.
Hey, cornea.
No, Dad. Who's that? This is my pop cornea.
We're going to move on to the next part of your eye, Bailey.
All right.
The iris.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, Bailey, here we are at your iris.
Hey, Iris. Hey, Bailey. What you doing? I'm just expanding, contracting your pupil so you can see in different light. Interesting.
Then we have the iris, which is a colored muscle that expands and contracts the pupil, which is just a hole in your eye that spreads light into the eye. It's expanding and contracting. When it's bigger, there's less light, and when it's smaller, there's more light.
Everything's been going good lately? You're working hard?
Yeah, everything's been going great. Me and Corny are supposed to hit the gym sometime soon.
Oh, well, looks like you're gonna need it. Well, it's time to move on to the next part of your eye, Bailey. The pupil. Bailey, here we are at your pupil.
Hey, Bailey.
Hey. Now, can anyone explain to me how your pupil works?
I can.
All right, pupil. Explain this to Bailey, please.
Well, Bailey, I'm basically just a hole in your eye.
Oh, and what does the hole in your eye do?
I just let light in.
The pupil, which is just a hole in your eye. The pupil lets the light shine through and filter into the lens.
Oh. All right, then. Did I do that?
Well, thanks for your time, pupil. Looks like everything's going smoothly here. So let's take a trip to the next part of your eye, Bailey. The lens. Well, Bailey, welcome to your lens.
Hey, Lens. Hey, Bailey.
Lens, would you like to explain to Bailey what you do for her?
I basically just focus images onto your retina.
It goes through the lens, which lets the light get focused onto the back of the retina.
Everything's been going smoothly lately, no hitches or glitches.
Yeah, it's been going pretty good.
All right. Well, looks like we can take a journey to our next part of the eye, Bailey. The retina. All right, Bailey, here we are at your retina.
Hey, Retina. Hey, Bailey.
So, how are things been going, retina?
Well, actually, I kind of needed a new Facebook picture. Would you guys mind?
Sure. Of course.
This is what the picture looks like.
Oh my God! What happened to my eyes?
Bailey, there's nothing wrong with me. Don't worry.
What? Nothing wrong. That's Bailey. Just calm down. Nothing is wrong with your retina.
When you take a picture and the light goes through the pupil and strikes your retina, sometimes you have red eye. That's because all the blood vessels in your retina, the light bounces off them and back out into the camera, and that's why you see red eye.
That's just the blood vessels showing through in the picture. They reflect out of your pupil. Don't worry about it. Let's move on to your optic nerve, shall we?
We shall. Bye, Bailey. Bye, Retina.
Bye, retina. All right, Bailey, we're at one of our final stops, the optic nerve. Hey, optic nerve.
Hey, Bailey. Send.
What are you up to, optic nerve?
I'm just sending some messages to Bailey's brain about what she's seeing right now. Send.
Then the message is sent down the optic nerve to the brain. Right here would be the blind spot, where there's an absence of nerves, where you cannot see anything.
All right, and everything's been going smoothly lately, no problems?
Yeah, I got 5 bars. Service is great.
All right, well, let's take our final stop, Haley, the fovea.
TTYL. Send.
All right, Bailey, here we are at our final stop, the fovea.
Why is everything in black and white?
Didn't you know, Bailey, you're colorblind?
In the back of the eye is the retina, and the fovea, the point of most focus. Rods and cones are all the way along the retina and the fovea, but the cones are most centralized in the fovea.
Oh, that would explain the ticket I got last week for going through a red light. I swore that light wasn't red.
Well, Bailey, looks like we finally found out what's wrong with your eye. Let's go back to my office and I can talk to you about what that means for you. Well, Bailey, how was that journey into the eye?
It was pretty great.
Hope it was very insightful for you. Well, because you're colorblind, that means that the cones in your fovea aren't functioning properly. It may not be too bad now, but eventually it will continue to get worse. That means you're going to have to come in every few months for checkups. We don't want you running those red lights because you think they're green now, do we?
No, probably not.
Thank you so much for coming in today, Billy. I'm glad we could help.
No, thank you, Dr. McShirmer.
See you again.
Okay.
If you could follow a single light energy particle into your eye, you would first make your way through the retina's outer layer of cells to its varied receptor cells, the rods and cones. There, you would see the light energy trigger chemical changes that would spark neural signals, activating neighboring bipolar cells. The bipolar cells, in turn, would activate the neighboring ganglion cells. Following the particle's path, you would see axons from this network of ganglion cells converging, like the strands of a rope, to form the optic nerve that carries information to your brain. Where the optic nerve leaves the eye, there are no receptor cells, creating a blind spot. However, if one eye is closed, you don't just see a black hole, your brain fills it in. Cones are clustered in and around the fovea, the retina's area of central focus. Many cones have their own direct connection to the brain, making them better at detecting fine detail and color. Rods, on the other hand, send combined messages with other rods, not allowing them to pick up fine detail. In addition, rods enable black and white vision, helping you to detect edges, and they also help with your vision in dim light. The Young-Helmholtz trichromatic theory says that cones detect color in groups of 3, red, green, and blue. This theory, however, isn't complete because it cannot explain afterimages. So Herring came up with a companion theory, the opponent process theory, which states that we analyze visual information in 3 sets of opponent colors, red, green, yellow, blue, and white, black. When these 2 partial theories are combined, it tells us that the retina's red, green, and blue cones respond in varying degrees to different color stimuli. Then the signals are processed by the nervous system's opponent process cells.